What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jacob, also known as PickManagement, back with the Prince of Picks, our betting royalty, my boy Payam, off of, an even night, 8 and 9 down the juice kind of night. Me, on the other hand, fucking Tank City. I don't even want to talk about it. 10 points in the fourth quarter for the Pelicans. Blew my play of the month. 5 units down, plus a whole bunch. Everything I won on the Super Bowl, gave it right back. But we are consistent winners here. We don't stop. We are here every single day, 7 days a week, delivering you the NBA Betting Insiders, the only free 7-day-a-week betting show. But Payam, how are you? Are you ready to just dig into tonight and forget about last night?
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it, man. There was a lot of weird results last night. I mean, we were just talking about the Pelicans game. We had the team total over, I think it was like 115. They had 89 points after the third quarter, and then they scored 10 points in the fourth against a Grizzlies team that's playing like their G League team. So, I mean, it was just weird results all over the board. Pacers losing to the Hornets, Wizards being competitive in their game with the Mavs. I mean, that's up and down. It was just random as hell. So, I mean, we went 8-9 for my pick, so I'll take it considering how wild of a night it actually ended up being and how many upsets there were. 8-9, I'll take it. 89-56 is my current run. So, I still got a nice.
Still killing it.
But killing it. Got a nice buffer, so I can afford it.
You know what? Let me pull up the Juice Reel app. We're gonna make this thing official with them, but they are my sponsor, Juice Reel. They sponsor me over at Balls Life Bets, and it is a really great place to try out. So for the 60 or so people that always watch this show every day, use the link below, go sign up for Juice Reel. It automatically syncs to your book and gives you like all sorts of really great analytics and insights on how you wager and how you can become a better that way. It also has like different bots that are really successful and have really great hit rates. You can tail other bettors. There's actually a guy on there who has bet $80 million. No lie, $80 million, because it shows how much you're betting and how much you're winning. It doesn't tell you who the person is, like for privacy reasons, but it shows you their actual betting account. Guy has 80 mil in his betting account, and he smashes all the time. So, great place to tail. The best bet tracking app there is, Juice Reel. Make sure you follow it. But I am just pulling up my monthly NBA record while I have you guys here. For the month of February in the NBA, I am 33-32. So, pretty even month so far this year. For February. January, however, 79-66, not so bad. So killing it so far in 2024 for the NBA. Thanks to the Juice Reel app. But we are going to dig into tonight's 6-game slate, and I have a handful of picks. I know Payam's probably got a bunch too. I actually have 6 picks for the 6-game slate. But Payam, dig right into what you got for tonight.
Yeah, same for me. 6 picks. So
all right.
six picks over 3 games. So we'll go ahead and get into it. First up, we're going to go to a 10 p.m. Eastern tip where the Phoenix Suns are going to be hosting the Sacramento Kings. Some trends for this one. Both teams are currently averaging 118 points per game this season. Defensively, Sacramento, they're also allowing 118 points per game. Meanwhile, the Suns are allowing 114 points per game. And all 3 previous matchups this season between the Suns and Kings have seen the game total go under 244. So for that reason, I'm going to take the game total, again, under 244.5 tonight. That's at minus 110. I think that number is just a little too high, considering their 3 previous matchups didn't even get close to that number. And the Suns have gotten better defensively. They picked up Royce O'Neal, who's one of the better defenders in the league. They also got David Roddy, who maybe a lot of you don't know about, but Roddy is kind of he's a poor man's Draymond Green, right? He's not quite at the level of Draymond Green, but he does a lot of similar skill sets that Draymond does, and I think the Suns are going to utilize him in a similar way that the Warriors use Draymond. So 2 good defensive players. Suns have been improving defensively as of lately. They have gotten a little bit better. So I don't think we're going to see quite that many points. I do think, maybe like a 120, 115 type of score, but 244 is a little too much for me. So I'm taking the under, and I'm also going to take the Suns money line here, minus 185. They beat them last time. I know it was a kind of a choke job by the Kings in the fourth quarter for the Suns to win that game, but I just think the Suns are rolling right now. I like the momentum that they got going, and I think they're really going to be a team that you're going to have to reckon with here come playoff time. So I like the good times to roll for them. So Suns money line minus 185.
Listen, I know some people, I'm going to jump in here, are scared of the minus 195, but you know what they say, Payam. Sometimes the
juice is worth the squeeze.
Oh, yeah. It sounds so good. So good. I'm going to have to clip that and send it to Coach. But I will say, I can get you actually, the line has gone up. It's now 245.5 for minus 115. So you actually have a better line there. So.
Perfect. Yep. Sounds good. So, yeah, that's all I got for this one. Do you have anything else?
I do. I am going to be on. Sorry, I'm just writing your plays down. I am going to be on Sacramento +6 here. I get this that the Suns played last night on a back-to-back. But in the last 10 games against these when these two teams have played, Sacramento 7-3 against the spread. And on a back-to-back, what is it? Sorry. I got notes all over the place. I got 3 podcasts going. I just did 3 videos. I got 3 more. A lot of stuff moving over here, people, for Pick Management. So,
busy man, important man here.
Yeah. So, Phoenix head-to-head currently 3-0 over Sacramento. After a day off, the Suns are 18, 26, and 1 after a day off. But the Suns did. Why does that say after a day off? Didn't the Suns? Yeah, had a couple days off. Yeah. So, listen, I like Sacramento to get it done. I think that they've been playing better. I think De'Aaron Fox has been playing better. And to lean on that, I also think De'Aaron Fox is going to go over his points here, over 23.5. He has scored 19 points or fewer in 4 straight games, but he is averaging 26.8 points per game on the road this season and scored 33 points the last time he played the Suns. The Suns have allowed the 5th most points per game to opposing guards, and I think Fox is going to go off, especially with some of the moves that Sacramento had made. It got rid of some of the offense that they had, so I like them to at least keep it close here. I do like the Suns to win outright, but I think the Kings can cover the 6.
Yeah. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, he's kind of a mini nuclear weapon to me. I mean, he's another guy who can go off at any point. So,
right?
Never a bad thing to take his over. So, but cool. All right, next up, we're gonna go to another 10 p.m. Eastern tip, where the Portland Trail Blazers are going to be hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. Some trends for this one: Minnesota comes in with the #1 ranked defense. They just came off of I believe it was a 118-100 win against the Clippers last night. So they shut down one of the hottest teams in the league. Meanwhile, Portland comes in with a 29th ranked offense. So again, an elite defense and a very, very bad offensive team here. Portland, they scored just 93 points in their first matchup with Minnesota earlier this season. So I am all over Portland team total under 105.5 here. That's at minus 140. And I'm also going to be on some player props here. I've got DeAndre Ayton under 24.5 points and rebounds. I think he's going to struggle tremendously with Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns down low. And one thing about DeAndre Ayton is when times get tough, he kind of curls up into a ball, into the fetal position. So he's not someone that's going to go to the foxhole when he's supposed with some quality. So I expect him to have a shitty game tonight. And then I'm also going to go on Karl-Anthony Towns over 2.5 threes. That's at minus 105. Cat has made 4+ threes in 3 of his last 5 games overall. And again, against a Portland team that is going to be struggling all over the court with Minnesota offensively. I think Cat is in a good position here to get 3+ threes. Do you have anything for this one?
It's funny. We always say this, but we don't talk before the show because we want to have our picks be our picks. But I'm also on Portland team total under here, especially after their last game. The way that they've been playing, they've just not been scoring points. I mean, Portland last game 84 versus New Orleans, a New Orleans team that only scored 10 points in the 4th quarter. 103 versus Denver, 108 versus Denver. They did put up some points against Milwaukee, but Chicago 96, San Antonio 100, OKC 109. I mean, these aren't like great defensive teams. OKC 77, New York 84. I mean, these are really, really low scores for this team. And against this Minnesota team, regardless of if they're on a back-to-back, I just think the Trailblazers are just that bad. The team total has moved down. I don't get alt totals for team totals like Payam does because I play offshore. So I have 102.5. but I'm still taking the under 102.5 for Portland team total. And I'm going to take the T-Wolves team total over 111.5. They've hit this in the last 3 games, and I think like 5 out of 7, something like that. But this Portland Trailblazers team is just so terrible. I don't think Minnesota is going to have a kind of fourth quarter like New Orleans does. They're just too talented, and they can score from anywhere. So while they don't score a ton of points, 111.5 is pretty low, and I'm going to have to make up for my loss last night by hammering that too. So those are my 2 plays.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then finally for me, we're going to go to the 10:30 p.m. Eastern tip, where the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be hosting the Detroit Pistons. Some trends for this one. Pistons, they've been playing better as of lately. They've had some close losses against some quality teams. They lost by 6 to the Clippers, 7 to the Cavs, 6 to the Bucks, 9 to the Bucks, 7 to the Wolves, and 2 to the Rockets. So 6 of their last 9 losses overall have just been by single digits. And again, there were some quality teams in there. The Pistons have actually been competing. They've gotten better as of late. And Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, they've been playing really good for this Detroit Pistons team. And I think especially since Bogdanovich and Alec Burks have been traded from Detroit, I think that's put a lot more of the offensive onus on both of those guys to produce, and they've been producing. So I like the trends here with Detroit. I think they keep it under single digits here, or under double digits, I should say. So I'm going to take Detroit plus 11.5 here. At minus 110. With this Lakers team, I just don't trust them. Outside of LeBron and AD, you never really know what you're going to get with them on a night-to-night basis. And so I'm riding the trends here with Detroit. I think they're going to keep it close again within single digits. So plus 11.5, that's my final play of the night. Do you have anything for this one?
No, I got nothing on this one, but I only have one more play. Actually, I have 2 more plays.
Sure.
So I'll just jump into that, and then we'll recap and get you guys out of here. My next play, we're going to go to 7:30. I am on the Celtics team total over 118.5. I just think the Nets are trash, and I think the Celtics are going to start to really roll here as we get into the later part of the season. Boston's offense on the road averaging 118. But Brooklyn's home defense is allowed. That's not so good. Sorry, that wasn't the stat I was looking for. But the over and under has hit in 26 out of 27 games for Boston. But really, it's just because their unders have been hitting because of their defensive play. It's not so much that their offense has been struggling; it's other teams' offenses have been struggling. Brooklyn losers of 3 out of the last 4. While Boston is winners of 4 out of the last 5. Boston against teams that don't really play good defense have been putting up points. 133 versus Washington, 125 versus Atlanta, 131 versus Memphis, 129 versus Indy, 143 versus Miami. So you see these teams that aren't really great defensive teams really give up points to the Celtics. And like I said before, the Celtics are currently scoring on the road 118.96 is their road average. So they are covering it with just their average, and their overall offense is 120.63, which is good for that's what they're scoring. So I really like their team total over 118.5 here. Did you have anything for this one?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Boston is obviously the much better team here. The only thing I'm concerned with Boston is, the only way they don't get this is if they beat themselves, right? So they're a kind of team that, when they play against these teams that are much worse than them, sometimes they don't come out, ready to play. You saw the game against Detroit. They just had a game against, I can't remember if it was Washington or some other team that wasn't very good, and they came out slow. So as long as they do what they're supposed to do, yeah, I think they should get this with ease.
Right on. So the last play I'm on is going to be in another 7:30 tip-off, OKC versus Orlando Magic. The total here is set at over or under 223. I'm on the over here. Kansas City has hit the over in 4 out of their last 5 games and 9 out of their last 13 road games, while Orlando has seen the over hit in 4 out of their last 5 games, and the over is hit in 13 out of the last 20 games between these two teams. We've also seen the over hit in 5 out of the last 6 games played on a Tuesday for Orlando. So they are a over team for the day of the week. But yeah, OKC with SGA putting up a bunch of points in wins or losses. They are doing their part. And I think at 123.5. A 110, 113 game gets us there, and I think we see like a 125, 117 kind of game. You know what I mean? Either way, I think it's going to be a tight game down to the wire, and I think that's going to push this total over.
Yeah, sure. This was a little bit more confusing for me just because they're contrasting styles. So I'll probably stay away. But Oklahoma City does have a lot of talent offensively, so at any night they could definitely put up points. So
yeah, I mean, both of these teams coming off a rest. Orlando's last game was on the 10th. OKC was on the 11th. So even OKC's travel, they had a day of rest, so it's not like it's so bad. But yeah, I really like this over here. But we can recap. You want to recap your plays?
yeah, if anything for that game, I'll probably look for a live bet. So if you guys
Sure.
that's another thing. Stay tuned to the socials. We'll be covering that in a second here. But as far as my official picks, so I got the Kings Suns game total under 244.5. Also
245.5.
Oh yeah, sorry, 245.5. Okay. And then I'm also going to take the Suns money line. I'm also going to be on Portland team total under 105.5. I am on DeAndre Ayton under 24.5 points in rebounds. I'm also going to be on Karl Anthony Towns over 2.5 threes. And then I am going to be taking the Detroit Pistons plus 11.5.
Awesome. I am on Celtics team total over 118.5. De'Aaron Fox over 23.5 points. Kings plus 6. Minnesota team total over 111.5. Portland team total under 102.5. And OKC Orlando over 223. You want to let the people know where they can find you on the socials?
Yeah, definitely. So you guys can follow me on TikTok and X at PrincipX10. As always, make sure you guys stay tuned to the socials there, as I will be giving you my daily NBA Moneyline Parlay. I promise we're going to hit one of these days. Okay, we're going to keep plugging at it. We're getting bit by one game every night, but we're going to keep at it. We're not stopping. So I'll be doing that again. Again, that's going to be exclusive to the socials. So you guys are going to make sure that you follow me on X and TikTok at PrincipX10. And then also if there's any injury updates, any live bets, I'll always be posting those as well on the socials. So stay locked into those socials.
Excellent. And for me, you can find me daily on Driving the Line with Jonathan Coachman and the rest of the crew. Also on Ball is Life Bets. I've been smashing over there. Went 6-1 in my Super Bowl plays, which was pretty cool. And then also make sure you guys sign up for Juice Reel. The link is below. Make sure to check out the Pick Management Discord. Free to join. There's channels from all sorts of people. We just added hockey with Mark Wallace, also known as Better Days Ahead, our betting wizard. I think we're going with the wagering wizard to go with the royal family theme. You know what I mean? So, we're actually going to have a preview of our NHL show immediately following this. And you can find some bonus episodes of Champion League's picks now daily on Driving the Line too. But otherwise, I am Jacob, also known as Pick Management. This has been the NBA Betting Insiders. We will see you later.
It's simple mathematics. Check it out.